Happy to have him in the house for this. The awesome.
Howland.
Ready? Mr. Rick Howland.
Hello, hello.
What's going on, buddy?
How are you?
I'm good.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Slide that a
Okay.
little closer.
Wow, we've got questions
There
for
will
you
be
already.
questions.
Oh, questions already. Right on.
Wow.
Let's
Is-
start.
Okay, now do we have any? Do we have like a person for the hour?
Oh, yeah. You know who we have for the hour?
Do it.
Emily Andress.
Emily Andrews.
Hey!
How did that happen? I don't know. I didn't schedule this thing.
That's awesome.
But
Is this one of the questions that you
Does that mean I have to talk about unicorns?
No. Okay. You know what?
I'll do this one first, and then,
Yeah, go
so then
ahead.
I can turn it up.
But anyway, first, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
You know, and we are going to talk
Bringing
about
the
it. But
guitar.
dude, the new EP, fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you know, what do you think? InterContinental setting us up for like the weekend. Like
It's
this.
very nice.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm having some delicious
yeah.
onion rings.
I like the green room as
Right.
well.
We have a green room.
You have a green room. It's a very
I
splashy
feel like
little green room.
Also supplied by the InterContinental.
Green room. Green room. Green room.
We were
Green
doing that
room.
last
We
night.
were.
Oh, were you?
We
Oh.
were. Well, we've been here.
Don't
for
look
like,
in the mirror.
There's cookies. There's water. There's tea.
There's coffee.
It's like holy shit, man.
Yeah, I'm a bit wired from the coffee now, so.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm on my 4th Red Bull, so.
4th Red Bull. Just mix that with
You're both
water
pretty
so
bad.
your kidneys don't shut down or anything like that. I'm a little worried about you,
I'll be
Tim.
fine. I'll be fine.
Kate Hewlett was like, "Do you want me to call an ambulance?"
Yeah, exactly.
Kate Hewlett cares, so that's important to me.
Oh, they're attached. These pillows
look
are
comfy.
attached. There's a lot
Otherwise,
of
I'd be
thieves
using
in
them.
InterContinental,
I was
apparently.
gonna steal one from my chair.
All right, so what do you got, Sue? Sue's got a question, I guess, from.
There we go.
You look
Yes.
comfy, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. An internet question from the iPad.
From Margot David.
Hi, Margot. Thanks for the question.
Are you gonna come over to the UK to tour your music, Rick? Loving the E EP.
Boom.
I would love to. So book me a gig in a pub and I'll be there.
We can make that work. I would love to go back to England.
Yeah. I've only been there twice and for very short periods of time.
Right? But
And,
I could totally see a pub tour for this album.
Absolutely.
Let's-
Absolutely.
yeah, I'd go with you. Just cause.
Yeah, no,
mean,
you can come with me.
I
You
like-
can do the
I'll
you
hum
can
in
do
the
the
background.
documentary. You can do
Yes.
the documentary
Yes.
of it.
See?
There.
The behind the scenes, the what it's like to be on tour with Rick Howland or with anybody who's doing a pub tour,
In English.
the pub crawl tour.
Oh, Maddie, we can make this work. And I have two questions. I've got one from Maverick.
A double question.
At
Maverick.
For Tom 07. And which song would you dedicate to your queen?
Which song?
Yeah.
From my
I'm
album?
gonna say that's probably what they're talking about.
Well, those are older songs, but
Which queen? The one that's here tonight?
yeah, there's only one queen.
That's right. Nice save, buddy.
There's only one queen.
Afraid of the answer.
Actually, Alison Down might show up tomorrow, so.
Oh, that's true. My TV queen. That's different.
That's totally good.
That's
Hold
why
My
I
Hand.
always know.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's a good tune.
because she accepted to hold my hand.
She
So
totally did.
she's holding my hand for the rest of my life.
Ta-da! And we love Nadia. Every time Nadia.
Fuck you guys.
Look, you guys.
Fine.
Wow.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Lost Girl reference without an Audrey question.
Yep.
That's
Which is a
right.
good thing. Audrey, here's your question.
Audrey.
Oh, okay. Actually, I like this one. First, we'll start with the end thing. She loves you. Love you.
Aw.
Which
Thank
is
you,
a
Audrey.
shock, I know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, she's a
No
sweetheart,
idea.
man.
Yeah.
Our
what
French
would
fans.
you retain from these 5 Lost Girl years, professionally and personally?
What would I retain? Well, personally, I'll retain a lovely group of friends.
Yes. Oh my God.
I've got some
And some
friendships
nice
out of
vests.
the. I have managed to retain. I should have brought one. I've managed to retain a couple of the vests as well. Oh, here come the sliders. Sliding in the sliders. See, you know what? I've tuned in a handful of times today, and every time I tuned in, you guys were eating. And
I'm
so
like trying to grade
just
all
keep
the
them
time.
going. This will be good for the Red Bull dilution. It'll dilute the Red Bull.
Okay, I like
A
the way
little
you're thinking.
beef with some Red Bull. It keeps you going.
Wicked. So, sorry, yeah, so you...
And professionally, I've learned a lot working on the show as an actor. I mean, 5 years is a long time to get to do anything, and especially as an artist, as a creative.
Right.
And so it's there's quite a few things that I've learned from doing the show, and things that I'd learned previously that I was able to implement and kind of cemented more in terms of like as an actor and like techniques and little things and stuff like that.
Very cool. Now, we were talking off camera before you came on about your new CD, which, as I told him, it's literally on loop in my player.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I listened to it 3 times through the first time through. So by the end of the 3rd time, I already knew like a good portion of the lyrics and was singing along. And we were talking about your song Voodoo.
Yep.
And you know what? I want to start like the Twitter campaign right now. And everybody at home, Audrey, I'm sure you can spearhead this. We want to get the song Voodoo in the series before it finishes.
That would be, I'd be awesomely flattered if they did that.
I mean, so let's tweet that. I mean, we tweeted the Last Girl series, tweeted at Emily, who I'm sure doesn't hear enough from us as it is. Tweeted at Showcase, tweeted at anybody associated with the show, and let's get this song on there.
Yeah,
right?
They put She's a Goddess, which is the 2nd track on the album, on episode 402.
Wicked.
Which is, if you listen really carefully, you can hear it in the background of Zoe when she's in disguise in the diner.
Yeah.
With Ali Lieberman, right?
Ali Lieberman, yeah.
Those that arc, and so Silent Joe is the company that does the music stuff for the show, and they were kind enough to put that song on.
And it's a catchy tune.
Yeah, thanks.
All of them
Yeah,
are really catchy.
yeah. Well, it's funny because that song is the song that I found the producer with. It's like that song. Well, it's called "She's a Goddess." It's kind of about Demeter and Persephone. Because I did a play many years ago with a woman named Pippa Domville. And Heidi Strauss was in it, and Missy Christensen, and Marjorie Campbell, and it was about Persephone and Demeter, but it was also kind of about the Wizard of Oz. And actually, that job, it was like for a Spring Arts Fair thing at the Tarragon Theatre, and that job got me the job at YPT, playing Mr. Tumnus in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Wow, that's cool.
But that. Demeter and Persephone myth and Greek mythology has always kind of been kind of a cool thing, and I've really liked it. So I wrote this song about kind of Persephone and Demeter, and it just kind of made thematic sense for the show. And so I'd given them a copy that I'd recorded myself, and they're like, "We love the song, we love it, but it just needs to be produced a bit more."
Yep.
And so I met a producer, and he's like. He was like, "Oh, I've seen you in the show. It's awesome." And I was like, "Yeah. So what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a music producer." I'm like, "Really?
Let's start.
Let's talk about this." And so we did talk about it, and we ended up producing. The "She's a Goddess" and "Don't Ask Me," which is the 4th track. So the even tracks were produced a year ago.
Wow.
And then this year, or at the very beginning of this year, the end of last year, the odd number songs were recorded. I'd written them years before, but...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Voodoo song was actually from a songwriter's night that my friend Russ Hershen, he used to do a songwriter's night, and they'd be based on themes, and he'd chosen the theme magic. So I wrote this song about it, and this was like 10 years ago, and so I wrote this song about magic, and that's what it is.
I love it. I've already told you off camera again that like tracks 1 and 3 are probably my favorites, and that's apparently your producer wrote my favorite line in track 1.
Yeah. I'd written most of that chorus, and he loved it, and he loved the hook of it.
Yeah.
And so he ended up writing a bit more. He was like, this chorus needs to be longer. It's so great. It needs to be longer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And so we just kind of tossing around ideas, and but he certainly came up with that
It's
line.
a great line.
I'll give Graham that credit.
Give him his little props.
Yeah, Graham Ward.
We have a Twitter question
Yep.
from Sarah. I don't know how to say your last name. Podolsky? Sarah? Like, I met you.
I've met you.
So there's that.
Sarah.
What were your top scenes in Lost Girls series? Funny, emotional, ridiculous wording. Oh, you've had some ridiculous
That's
wording.
true.
Yeah, no, well, yeah. Every other episode,
You
ridiculous
gotta name
wording.
something. Yeah.
There's a spell involved, or
Yeah, there's a fake character or going to my book, but I mean, emotional, telling Bo, that I'm her grandfather.
I remember that moment.
A lot of scenes with Ksenia Solo were fantastic
You guys have
scenes.
such good chemistry.
Yeah, we really did. It was a lot of fun to work with her. Yeah, I mean, Lisa, who did our props, a lot of their props, she was on set with the props and everything else as well. And you had Tanya Lemke on earlier earlier, and she also would helped out with props and stuff at times on the show. And but Lisa, they created this book, my book of Fae.
Yep.
And I've said this before, but it was I don't know. Anyway, it was a furniture book, and it had lots of pages about furniture in it. But in the middle and as the show went on, it grew in Fae over furniture. And but there were pages that I had to turn to and things like that, and there's pages that I couldn't turn to, like I couldn't go too far on any one direction in the book.
Like a bookshelf
Yeah,
on
well,
sale.
especially if the camera's anywhere kind of over my shoulder or around, it would be not good. And so, but Lisa was so great at, like, if there was any dialogue that I had to read, like actually read out of the text, it was there in the text.
So cool.
Which was really handy and very helpful, because it was like, there were, to try to read, a dovetail joint is made with, and glued together by, and you're like, I can't focus on those words while I'm saying the Morag is a terrible creature that gets more angry with your rage. You can't really do that. So it was very difficult to, and so it was great because the words
it's like
that I needed were in there.
Where they put up the color red, but write
Exactly.
green.
Exactly. Say red, but it's green.
Yeah.
Which color are you going to say?
Read the word.
There
I
are
don't
4
know.
lights.
Yeah. There are 4 lights.
Thank you very much.
I saw that episode.
I think we called out that last night too at some point. I'm sure we did. Which is wicked. Okay, so we did. You were going to tell me a story about your producer.
Oh, well, sure, yeah, Graham. Well, I met him in South Africa, but he was the drummer for Tom Jones and all sorts of things. If you go to worldwidemusic.com, that's his website, you can read all about him. You can hear a sample of one of my songs and all the other people that he's helped produce and do things with. But yeah, he's the only producer to ever co-produce with Phil Spector. And you can, the wall of sound. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Insane,
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh,
so,
man.
but yeah, and we hit it off right away when we first met, and he liked my songs, and so it was pretty cool.
Wicked.
It's been great working with him.
Now, I mean, Lost Girls finishing up. What are you going to do? What are your plans now? Are you gonna
Well,
focus more on your
I'm
music,
working on
or-
the music, and I'm playing gigs with Russ, and I'm going to try to get some more. I'm trying to figure out the music industry from the other side, and there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot to read. But
Not about furniture.
no, not
What is
about
that?
furniture at all. No, and I would never play an instrument that was big as furniture, because you can't stick. I always think of the Far Side cartoon of, like, they're sitting around a campfire and he's like, "Hey Jeb, play us a tune," and he's got a grand piano stuffed in his back pocket, and it's just like, you can't carry that around. It's just too hard. But a guitar or a harmonica, I'm
Yeah.
good with. So
And Kaylee, where's Kaylee? Kaylee plays the ukulele.
ukuleles are awesome.
Not just because it rhymes with her name either.
But
Yeah,
it helps.
Kaylee ukulele. That's awesome.
Right?
Kaylee
Twitter
Ukulele
question.
Orchestra.
Oh, another
You've got to
Twitter
start
question.
that. Yep.
Like the Twitter king, maybe.
From Lest We Forget, which is...
Oh, that's a Maple Leaf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was trying to read it past
Yeah,
the
man.
crack.
You know, you start to
You
memorize
know.
people with handles and stuff, and like, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, people tweet a lot and tweet a lot to me, and I like it, and it matters, and so, thank you, everyone.
We missed you at Fan Expo this year
Yeah.
and didn't get to ask you, what did you keep as a keepsake from the show? Vest.
Fast, no.
Yeah. Well, no, I got these boots.
Right.
Do they know? I guess they know now.
Oh yeah, they know. No, they know. I wouldn't say if I did, they didn't know. I actually, I don't know if you remember the bar.
Very well.
The stained glass behind my bar.
No.
No. Let me finish. Don't jump the gun here. But the stained glass behind the bar,
Okay.
there was on either side of the bar
Yeah.
were these little lamps. They were also stained glass,
Really?
and they're touch lamps. They're touch base lamps,
Yeah.
so you touch the base and the lamp comes on. And I actually thought for 5 years that they were glass. And I was like, I really want one of those. And so the art department was like, yeah, you can have one of those.
Dude.
And so I got one, and I took it home, and I pulled it out of the box, and it was like, no way, it's plastic. I was even fooled, and I was beside it for 5 years. But I mean, I didn't really ever interact with it, but I thought it was really pretty, and so I got that. And one of the pictures that a small picture that was in the bar in the back room when in season 3 when Hale was the acting
Yep.
Ash,
Yep.
and it was the kind of it's that kind of like a tiki lounge kind of bar room.
Yes, yeah.
It had that kind of vibe to it. There was a picture that was from a character named Delilah, and it says "Two Trick."
Totally remember
Thanks
that.
for the good times, Delilah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like the woman is in this kind of pose, and she's in this little skirty thing and topless, and
Almost like Tim.
when I was almost like him. Thank you for not being just like the picture.
Hey. I'm just saying. It could happen later. It's not gonna happen later.
I was going to make another comment, but I won't.
Thank you.
I'll keep that to myself. And
guess I'm not
but there was
hungry anymore.
when I was growing up, before our cottage actually had plumbing, we had an outhouse.
Oh man.
And in the
Oh, yeah.
outhouse was this picture of this kind of Hawaiian-looking, it's same kind of picture. The woman was in the same basic pose, but she had this like, it's a grass skirt, but the painting was so kind of Art Deco-y, weird, old,
Yeah.
that it actually, and it looked to me as a kid, it looked like she was sitting in a dress made of SpaghettiOs. Not SpaghettiOs, but spaghetti,
Yep.
that canned spaghetti.
Yep.
And which I loved on toast when I was a kid with some Cheese Whiz. I don't know if you all ate Cheese Whiz with spaghetti on toast. I grew up in Kingston, Ontario.
Yeah, baby.
6 prisons, dude. That's what you ate for lunch when you watched Spider-Man or Flintstones. I'm taking you back. I'm dating myself, but let's do this. But this woman had this like kind of spaghetti grass skirt, and very formative in my childhood. And so when I saw that picture, it was like, holy cow, that's just like that.
Yeah.
That image is so clear. So I managed
And now I want spaghetti.
to get that, which I don't know if everybody got, and I got it. So
Wicked.
oh well. But yeah, and a couple of the vests, a couple of pairs of pants, and a bit of the clothes. Don't forget the sliders. Mini buns.
Just trying to
Mini
take
buns.
I know. She's
Go
doing
ahead and
a
have
good
one. You
job.
can enjoy. Dig in. I don't mind.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I'm working on it. I've been eating everything so far.
Onion rings and
Yeah,
Like-
okay.
these must be tasty.
Those
Dipped
are
in
so
peanut
good.
butter.
This bowl was
Survival.
full. This bowl was full.
Of acorns and acorns and flowers.
Yep.
Tim was looking for somewhere he could pee earlier.
That's not.
Oh no.
I was like, get the pine cone out first.
Wave it around for the smell. I've been having lots of vitamins. I'm just saying. Now you are gonna do like a couple songs for us tonight.
Sure, yeah, if you want me to, if it's not too
no,
disruptive to
my
the
thing-
crowd.
oh, the crowd. We'll do like a song, and then we can talk, and then we can finish with another song.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've already made my request too. I didn't know if you had like a song that you wanted them to do, but I made my request.
I think she's good.
She's good. See?
She's good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should actually face this microphone, but I want to face the camera, so I hope you hear this. So I'll start with Voodoo.
Yeah. And if you haven't heard it, this is a song that we want you to tweet at Lost Girl to get in the series.
Yeah. And if you want, you can buy it on iTunes,
Yes, you
or you can buy a disc right from my website, and I'll sign it and personally mail it to you myself.
Which honestly
that's how
sounds like the
big of
better
an
deal.
operation
Yeah.
I have going on.
But I like to think of it as the personal touch.
It's very much a personal touch.
I mean,
Yeah.
and more
Ours was a
importantly-
very personal
yeah,
touch.
he actually
Yeah.
hand-delivered ours,
yeah,
which was amazing.
I did.
And we got buttons.
You got buttons.
they are on my
well, because
phone.
they were hand delivered. I
And
made a
South
mistake. I made a
African.
mistake actually a while ago. Well, I tweeted out. It's like if
You
you
want the
if you
back.
buy a CD off of me, you'll get buttons. I meant if you buy a CD directly from me when you meet me. And people were like, "Oh, I can't wait to get some buttons." And I'm like, "I can't mail the buttons. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to confuse you with that. So I'm sorry about that." If
Well,
anyone
that way
was
they'll
expecting
just have
buttons,
to come
but-
see you at a convention.
They'll have to come see me at a gig or whatever. Wherever I'm around. If you see me, got a bunch in my car. I've got a bunch in
Have some in my pocket.
bunch them in my apartment. Got them everywhere. So yeah, like I said, I wrote this song for a theme-based thing, and the theme was magic, and so that's what I wrote about.
It's
And
a lot of theme.
somebody actually asked me a Twitter question on Drinks of the Dow, another podcast. I'm not. Are you allowed to cross-pollinate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah. And they asked me if it's like, that song, and She's a Goddess has a lot of these kind of like magical vibes to
Totally,
it all
yeah.
and everything. Is that something that because of being in Lost Girl did that happen? It's like actually I wrote those songs before Lost Girl.
Isn't that just kind of
So
weird, though?
it's kind of more the other way around. It's like
Yeah.
the songs
Yeah.
brought Lost Girl to me.
You start with the picture. and
After
then
I
you add
wrote
the
in my own
songs,
blood.
and it looks like story-wise, everything was kind of pushing you towards Lost Girl.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, no, and we can talk about more about how that all came together as well if you want later. But all right. I can feel your voodoo. You've made your voodoo doll. Stick it with your needles and pin me to your wall. To your wall. To you all. Well, everything living in the beginning has a soul, but I can't feel it and I can't see it, no, not at all. Cast me in your spell so I can feel you grow, and take me with magic so I can have it all. Yeah, have it all. Have it all. Chosen brood's complete, witches, rogues, and my rabbit's feet. Surrounded on this empty street, their words I cannot speak. I can't speak. I can't speak. 'Cause everything living in the beginning has a soul, but I can't feel it, and I can't see it, no, not at all. So cast me in your spell, so I can feel you glow, and take me with magic, so I can have it all. Yeah, have it all. Have it all. Well, is that an altar? Painted symbols adorn your floor. I'm not a virgin, but still willing to journey through your door, through your door, through your door. Well, everything living in the beginning has a soul, but I can't feel it, and I can't see it, no, not at all. So cast me in your spell, so I can feel you glow, and take me with magic, so I can have it all. Yeah, have it all. I want it all. I want it all. Have it all. Have it all. I can feel your voodoo. You've made your voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Thank you. How'd that sound, Lindsay? All right? Right on. Didn't want to blow anybody out or anything.
And that totally needs to be in the show. Totally needs to be in the show. Emily, come on, showrunner, make it happen. Make it happen.
I mean, you're sponsoring this hour.
That's right, come on. It would just be
It's the
right.
least you can do.
And so what is your process when it comes to writing a tune? I mean, where does it come from?
Well, originally, when I started out writing, I've been writing songs since I was about 17.
Mm-hmm.
And, I took some music lessons, took some music lessons from guitar players and stuff. And, the first guy taught me to play Jingle Bells on, one string, and it was really frustrating. So I quit for a while. And then I went back and I took it from another guy, and he taught me chords and finger picking at the same time, which was also incredibly frustrating. but he taught me enough chords that I could go back to fake books, those guitar books,
yeah.
and actually learn some songs. So I started to kind of play Eagles tunes and things like that. Which She's a Goddess. It's a little eagle-y.
Totally feels in a good way.
It's a little eagerly.
But basically what I would do is I'd be kind of in a place emotionally or mentally or just whatever, kind of in a place, and I'd pick up my guitar, and then I'd just kind of start playing. And a lot of my songs have A minor, because it's, like I say, it's the saddest chord. Doesn't that just make you sad? Or even sadder? And so I would start with kind of a place of a feeling.
Okay.
And I'd play chords that would then translate that feeling and then I would just start kind of thinking about stuff, and not necessarily my stuff. Like a lot of people go, oh, that song, that's got to be about you. Like the song that you like, the other song that I'll play in a minute, Show Me Where the Lies Hide. When I wrote it years and years ago, and like the first time I played it to a roommate, Paulino Nunes, he was like, after the third verse, he's like, I didn't know you had a daughter. And I'm like, well, I don't. And so then I played it for Nadia, and she was like, I didn't know you had a daughter. And I'm like, I don't have a daughter. And so then my producer played it. My producer played it for his girlfriend, and he was like, she was like, is this about your daughter? And so it was all these kind of correlations. It's like, wow, okay, we're really hitting a nerve with that one, which is great. But I made it up. Like it was like just kind of it was just kind of like this story about a guy who was shut out of a relationship and out of a life that he wanted to be a part of, and he couldn't be a part of it, and so, you know, and it really connected. It connects with people,
does.
So that's great, because that's you know what you want out of a song, and so I would start like that basically. But the last song, Voodoo, I was given a theme, magic, and it was like, okay, so I started to kind of imagine myself. What would it be like to be taken over by magic? What does that mean? And so I kind of envisioned the idea of like the second verse of like a group of rogues and witches kind of taking you in, or you know, meeting like a person of the darker arts and kind of wooing you into their world, and sorry, I didn't mean to, wooing you into your world, and wooing you into your world, and
Too late.
I wasn't pointing at you, I was pointing at the camera, baby. You just happen to be right above the camera, which works. Yes, it's true. And so you know, and then the third verse being like, is that an altar, and those painted symbols on the floor, and like, whoa, what have I gotten myself into here?
Why are you wearing that
and
mask?
I'm not a virgin, but I'm willing, because it's like, might be fun.
Yep.
But so yeah, that was the whole idea of, and so that came out of the theme of it, rather than like a personal place or something like that.
Okay.
But I try to infuse the personal place back into it. And like I've got a couple of other songs that are like that, where, you know, I wrote one that I've been playing at gigs and stuff. That I could also play tonight, but if we have time. But I gotta put this down.
Well,
for a second.
Jeremy couldn't make it.
That well, sure, I can play another one. That I wrote just before I did Bon Cop Bad Cop. Before.
Man, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I spent 3 weeks in the trunk of a car with my hands handcuffed together. But 3 weeks before I shot that movie, I was out and I fell and broke my arm, and just cracked it. And so I for 3 weeks I was like, come on, heal. And so it healed, and so then like I went to set, and Eric Kenuel directed that, and he actually directed the first episode of Lost Girl, the first season, the first episode. Yeah. So I was like, Eric, and he's like, hey, how are you? And, big hug and all his rings, and he's such a great guy. He's so awesome, just, like larger than life. And but I went to set, and I was like, is it okay if we handcuff my hands at the front, not back like this? And he's like, yeah, sure. I mean, you're not the criminal. We kind of like got you under, you know. So he's like, yeah, that's not a problem. So they handcuffed me this way, which was like, because that was gonna really hurt.
Yeah.
But the bone had healed by that point, so it was all good. But I couldn't play, and I had these lyrics rattling around my head. So I wrote out all these lyrics, and then when I could play again, I picked up the guitar and had to put music to the lyrics, where normally I would go from music and then create lyrics out of the music, like a melody, and then lyrics, and then blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of the other way around. So
I can't do it. I'm just saying, can't do it. Can't do it. It takes a certain...
I can't draw.
Okay, it's been years since I have, so I don't know if I can anymore either.
Oh, it's like riding a bike, I would expect.
I don't have a bike either, so there's that.
It's like drawing a
Well, there's that. I'm going to draw myself riding a bike. Two things that I cannot do.
I cannot do anymore. But no, dude, that's wicked. And you know, I do want to share the one line because I tweeted it at you. This line is it's an amazing line. It's who put dark clouds in your blue sky.
Yeah.
And that it just when I first time I heard it, I'm like, it just resonated with me. I'm like,
Right on. Well, good work,
That's
Graham.
a wicked line.
Yeah. Yeah, we collaborate really well together.
It's a great tune.
She's fielding questions.
She is.
She's fielding Twitter questions.
But it's a great tune, and literally, like I said, I listened to the album through 3 times, but that's not before I listened to the first track 5 times in a row.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
Because I'm like, this is wicked, and I want to listen to the rest of the album. Let's hear that again.
Yeah.
One more time.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. That's such a compliment. Thank you so much.
I love the way it feels.
Well, yeah, and as of yesterday, CBC is having a music awards
Wicked.
thing. And I tweeted it out, and I think I've gotten some people, but you can nominate me for a music award
Do it, please.
for certain things, and you hashtag the you know, it's like up and coming or indie.
Oh, nice.
Or if that person is particularly good with their Twitter fans or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they're people choice kind of awards.
Oh, wicked.
And so there's nominating up till November 17th, and then they vote after November 18th. The voting starts.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll be tweeting that out as well. But I would really love some support
Yes,
in
totally.
that, and to try to get myself out there, because it's, as an independent musician, it's very difficult to get yourself on radio,
It is.
to get yourself out there.
Yep.
And so it would be a huge leg up
Hell yeah.
to win an award. So if you love the music and you like it, tweet it out there. I mean, and hashtag voodoo, hashtag
Right.
show me where the lies hide. It's a long one. The letters of the first letter of each word. She's a goddess. Hashtag SAG.
Yep.
So if you like the song, hashtag it out there and let me know.
Do it.
And thank you for everyone who've bought a CD or bought it off of iTunes, and who tweet me and say it's great and I love this song, and it's just been so nice to hear. It's been a long time coming. I've been a closet musician for a long time, and writing my music and playing in my bedrooms, much to the chagrin of many roommates over the years. But I've gotten better. So thank you very much for appreciating it. I really appreciate it.
Well, let's hear it. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it because I haven't heard it live.
The other one.
Yeah.
All right.
I love this tune. This is a great tune.
Coffee.
I will not-
Coffee, the perfect thing for vocal cords.
me.
Yes, and no one.
With milk.
Ever.
Think it's just some ice cream?
I
Or?
promise
Yeah.
not to sing along.
I'll do the Chris Holden Reed vocal warm up. Okay, now I'm ready. So we always did that on set, and it was always fun to do. Before our scenes, we would. Okay, so I have to. Get my head into the music. All right, here we go.
It's enough growling.
Once again, I stand at your door. You don't let me in. I'm not that surprised at all, 'cause you've done this too many times before. What is it that makes you cry? Show me where the lies hide. Isn't it time to find out why? Who put dark clouds in your blue sky? I gotta wonder who put dark clouds in your blue skies. I gotta wonder why. Hey, what makes you so afraid? Who did what to you and why? Tell me what I can do for you. 'Cause anything I can provide. What is it that makes you cry? Show me where the lies hide. Isn't it time to find out why? Who put dark clouds in your blue sky? I gotta wonder who put dark clouds in your blue sky. I gotta wonder why. Let me in to see my little girl. You know she's my daughter too. I know I am not the one who did what someone did to you. What is it that makes you cry? Show me where the lies hide. It's high time we find out why. Who put dark clouds in your blue sky? Gotta wonder who put dark clouds in your blue sky. What is it that makes you cry? Tell me where the lies hide. Isn't it time to simply try to only see a blue sky? To only see a blue sky. Gotta wonder why.
Yes, please. Yep. I love that tune. It's a good tune.
Thanks, man.
I think I've got something though for those kind of weepy kind of
Saddest chord?
Yeah, saddest chord songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad chord songs.
Yeah. Because you just know he's not the one who hurt this woman, but yeah, it's just
She's hurt and you want to help and you're just trying to help and you just can't. There's nothing you can do to help and it's just like, yeah. I have another song called "Hopeless." It's like that. It's like about those moments where you're kind of happy but you're hopeless. Like you can't. There's just nothing you can do.
story of my life right there.
My everyday.
My everyday.
Oh, come on, not that bad.
I am the saddest chord.
I am the
I'm
saddest
A
chord. That'll be the name of my next album. I am the saddest chord.
We were asking earlier what your autobiography would be
That's
called.
right, yeah.
So that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one.
That's a pretty good one.
I'm the saddest chord.
That is actually
Mine would be, no, I'm not the guy from Twin Peaks.
Oh,
But that
man.
gummy like is coming back into style.
He's like way older than I am.
He totally is, and looks completely different.
Yeah.
Come on.
But out of reference and
Totally.
in the grocery store, convenience store,
Out of reference.
sometimes.
If I'm not
And of
dancing
course,
in a
if
red
you're moving
room.
and dancing
Yeah.
backwards, it might
Yeah,
distract them.
speaking backwards,
Yeah.
like I can't speak backwards.
She is my cousin.
No matter how much you think I might be able to, or you knew me in college. It wasn't
If you
speaking
knew me.
backwards.
I was speaking in tongues.
I could fake it. So David Lynch, if you're watching, you're making a remake of Twin Peaks.
They
So
are.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm the guy that
Yeah.
you should hire, apparently.
Oh, totally.
According to the rest of the world, so.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if the other guy's still around because it's been 25 years.
Yeah, well, I think he's around. I just don't know. I mean, he's only in one episode anyway of the whole thing. It's like,
what an episode.
I'd rather have a bigger part.
Right, but who knows what they're going to do with it now? I mean, because apparently
True.
it's literally picking up like 25 years later.
Well, there you go. Then they'll use him.
Anything could happen. Yeah, I'm hoping for good stuff. I want it to
It'll be
good.
exciting.
We know
I
that
would
guy.
love to be in a David. I would love to be in
Kaylee.
a Hey, there's the boy, the man.
Yeah.
I would love to be in a David Lynch movie. He
Right?
and I should both be in a David
Oh my
Lynch
God,
movie.
the two like
I think
Julian-
these two
Julian
should be
Richards
on
would be
together
lovely.
for a little
You
while.
guys should
Yeah.
be like villains together.
I know. Wouldn't we be great?
You got
We actually did. We did a short film together years ago called The Cellar. That's right. David Storch and he played brothers, and I played a dog kind of wolfy character thing. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. The makers of that movie, Craig Cornell and Kevin Sejerling, they actually ended up making another movie called Short Tongue Freddy that I played the lead in, and I think it was because they felt bad about putting me in such a weird costume. They're like, all right, we're gonna write you a film that you can like, and it didn't get much airplay, unfortunately, but
But
oh
can we
sure,
find it?
I just got upstaged by a cute
by a
little
dog. Yeah.
All right, that's
Well,
all right.
yeah.
That's
Welcome
all
to
good.
my weekend, pal.
all
That's what
good.
it's been like.
Yeah, exactly. This is what you have to contend with.
I have to contend with it.
The
It's
roaming.
fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's good. I'd rather hang out and chat with you.
I guess that's her dog, though, isn't
It
it?
is, that's her
Oh,
dog.
okay. Well, that's different.
Yeah.
It's not just any dog.
No, it's not just. It just wandered in off the street like the little
Yeah,
Sobo.
it's Sue's dog. So.
Just Although the little Sobo, maybe. That's a series that needs to kind of be revisited. Lindsay, you could be all over that. A new version of the Little Hobo.
See, I think I should play the littlest hobo.
Right? You could do it.
Not in a dog costume,
No.
but he's just like a guy who, like, you know, kind of wanders around and helps people out. I'd be into that.
Okay.
You're looking at me, Ray.
You happen to pop up over the screen, so I just.
Oh, well.
Julian's
okay.
signing the posters now, which I tweeted a picture earlier of you. Try to find my.
Aw.
If you noticed, I tweeted a picture of the posters with my signature, and I said I wrote, "Would you like to play a game?" And then hashtag what movie's that from? And then find my signature in the posters. Yeah, you got
Oh, wow. Okay.
a Twitter
no,
question.
There's a few of them. No, actually, they're more just comments.
Oh, right
These
on.
are great. Actually, I'll even roll back a little further. Oh, nice picture.
Oh.
Rick Howland singing on my English record.
Right on.
Just needed to say hi to the
You gotta love the immediacy of the internet, hey? It's like all live, right now. It's happening right now.
All right, so let's see. People have
turned
said.
into a black guy for a second there.
Right now.
There we go.
Jump back, kiss myself.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Sorry, yes, James Brown
1, 2, 3.
specifically.
So Mindy says, loving the performance. It's always great to see people perform live, and Rick is absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Very nice.
thank you.
Which got favorited the hell out of and retweeted. Loving
And you
the
hadn't even
interview.
come on yet.
So that's good. Is Rick playing again anytime soon in Toronto?
Probably. I haven't got a gig lined up right now,
Nice.
but or at least I'll probably be lining up. I'll be lining up definitely a lot of gigs for next year.
Wicked.
Like February, March, April, in that kind of time period.
And what else have we got? We've got, if you aren't watching us right now, you're missing out big time. So apparently people are loving that.
Right on. Well, they can always go back and find it again, right?
Sure,
You'll have it
yeah.
captured.
Yeah. Thank you. Loved it. Awesome talent.
Aw, thank you.
Real Smarticus says it's so amazing.
Real Smarticus.
Yeah, I like that.
I love it, Smarticus.
And I'm not quite
Smarticus
sure.
extra largest.
I'm not quite sure what Cindy means by war games, but
War games. Would you like to play a game?
I'm thinking of.
See, I even
I'm
prefaced
thinking
it
of
to
Saw.
you.
I'm thinking I want to play a game. That's what it is.
Oh, that's what they say?
Yeah. So.
No, it's Joshua.
Would you like to?
How
Joshua
about
asked,
a nice game
would
of
you
chess?"
like to play a game?
Yeah. How about thermonuclear? I haven't watched that since like 80s.
I know, but I love that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Because
Ali
I've been
Matthew
like,
Broderick.
Nadia asked me earlier, she's like, they're asking you what your favorite movie is
right.
of all time, and I'm like,
Because we did that way back in the day, but it's been a while.
But that movie, I loved.
yeah,
I loved.
Matthew Broderick, right? Yeah.
Yeah. When he took the phone apart, he like taps the little you know, and you can't even get those Coke taps anymore, and probably because of that, right? It's
Yeah.
like it was like an instant hack. It's
Like,
like old
never
school
mind.
hack stuff. It's like tick tick. It's
And
like,
when
wow,
motors were
next
like a
time
whole
I'm
separate
lost
thing
on a
that you had
dirt
to put your
road.
phone
That's exactly
in.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right?
find a Coca-Cola tab.
And that'll solve all your problems. It'd be like a little MacGyver thing.
Yeah, totally. But yeah.
A big boxy computer, and you put your phone in the cradle to hook it up as a motor.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, that and faxing.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
goodness
man.
they're gone.
Oh.
Mostly. I mean, fax is still.
And his dot matrix printer just spewing out reams
Yeah,
of
yeah.
paper.
Yep. Oh, look, Julian's like right